They say every city has its secrets. Lagos, Abuja, Accra, Nairobi, all of them breathe with stories no one dares to tell at daytime. The streets glitters, cars honk, and neighbors nod politely as if everything is ordinary. But behind the closed doors of apartments, hidden inside blocks of concrete stacked against the sky, lies the pulse of mystery. One such building stood in the heart of my city, tall, weather-stained, and stubborn against the sun. The tenant called it Kampala Heights. Though no one remembered why, its were all cracked, balconies rusted, and corridors long enough to swallow sound. Each flat had its story, laughter, quarrels, dreams, heartbreak. But there was one flat, flat 9B. Those stories the whole neighborhood whispers about, though no one dares speak it too loudly. Because flat 9B was alive. Some swore they heard footsteps inside at midnight when the flat was empty. Others claimed to see a figure at the balcony, a shadow shaped like a man, but whose eyes glowed faintly like hot coals. The landlords, Bababo, always dismissed it. You people too like gossip. There is no spirit there. Just mind your business. But the whispers persisted. Mothers warned children not to play near that flat. Delivery riders refused to knock on its door. And whenever its light flickered on, neighbors locked their own doors tighter. It was inside this flat that Ifeoma, a young woman with big dreams and fragile shoulders, moved one rainy evening. And from that day, the legend of Flat 9B took a turn no one expected. For it became a story of love, sacrifice, and a thin line between the living and the dead. Ifeoma was 24, fresh from university, carrying more hope than money. Lagos had taught her that survival required courage, and courage she had. She came to Kampala Heights dragging 2 Ghana must-go bags, a small TV, and the memory of her late mother's word. Life will test you, my daughter, but you must stand tall like the Iroko. The caretaker Musa showed her the flat. Madam, na only this one day available. 9B, na top floor. Na big room, good for you. Ifeoma hesitated, but I heard people say, Ah, Musa clapped his hand sharply, clapping her off. No mind them. People too they talk nonsense. Flat no they get any wahala. If you no want them, another person go collect them sharp sharp. And so, desperate for a place, Ifeoma signed. She moved in the same evening. Rain slapping the windows, thunder rolling like ancestral drums. The flat smell of dust and something faintly metallic like old blood. The walls were pale, cracked, as if they had held too many secrets. The only furniture left was a wooden chair in the corner, its back curved unnaturally, as though someone had gripped it tightly for years. That night, Ifeoma laid on her mattress, listening. From outside came the usual Lagos sound, downfalls honking, hawkers shouting, generators humming. But inside flat 9B, there was another sound, a soft horn, like someone singing under their breath. She froze. It was faint, almost tender, and it came from corner chairs. At first, she thought it was the wind. She turned her face into her pillow, muttering a prayer, but the horn grew clearer, weaving into a melody she almost recognized. It was an Igbo lullaby her mother used to sing. Nwam lie n'udo, onye na-eche gị bụ chi. Her body stiffened. How could anyone know that song? Slowly she sat up. The chair was still in the corner, empty, shadowed. Yet she swore the humming came from there. "Who is there?" she whispered. The humming stopped. Silence pressed down on the room. Then gently came a voice. "Do not fear. I mean you no harm." Ifeoma's mouth went dry. "Who? Who are you?" No reply, just the faint outline of a man, tall, slim, leaning as though the world itself cradled him. She blinked, and the outline dissolved. Was it stress? Was her mind playing tricks? She forced herself to lie back, heart hammering. She told herself it was nothing, just nervous. First night in a strange flat. Tomorrow would be normal. But tomorrow, the chair moved. In the morning, Ifeoma woke up to sunlight streaming through cracked curtain. She yawned, rubbed her eyes and turned, only to see the chair had shifted. It now sat closer to her mattress. She gasped, "Jesus Christ!" Her neighbors, Madame Folake, a plump woman with sharp eyes, knocked on her door just then. "Ah, new tenant, good morning, oh." Ifeoma opened the door reluctantly, eyes darting back to the chair. Folake sniffed. "You slept well?" Yes, Ifeoma lied. "Good. Just be careful, oh. This building, it carries stories, especially that flat. But don't worry, oh. If you hear strange sounds, just dey pray." "Why is this flat?" Folake leaned closer, lowering her voice. "They say a man once lived here, a musician. He died in this very room. But some nights, people still hear him sing." Ifeoma's stomach dropped. That evening, when the humming returned, she whispered into the dark, "Are you the musician?" Silence. Then slowly, "Yes." Over the week, Ifeoma grew used to the voice. At first, she ignored it. Then she started listening. The figure, who introduced himself as Obinna, never appeared fully, just a shadow at the edge of light, a breath near her ear. He told her he once lived in 9B, writing songs nobody heard, until one night he collapsed, guitar in hand. No one found him until days later. The landlord rushed to clean the flat, but Obinna's soul lingered. Ifeoma pitied him. She asked, "Why are you still here?" "I do not know," he said. "Perhaps because my songs were unfinished, or because my heart never found its home." And slowly, strangely, a bond grew. She began to talk at night, sharing her fears about work, her loneliness, her dreams. He listened, offering comfort. His voice suited her, deep and warm, like drums at dusk. One night, he said softly, "You reminded me of the life I wished for. Ifeoma, you bring me peace." Her chest tightened. "But you are not alive. You are dead. You are inhuman." "And yet," he whispered, "I feel more alive with you than I did before dead." The building noticed changes. Neighbors whispered that Ifeoma was glowing. Her laughter echoed down the corridor. Some claimed they saw her speaking to no one, her face soft, eyes shining. One evening, Madame Folake concerned her. "Young lady, let me warn you. Spirits do not love like humans. Their love is hunger. It will drain you all." Ifeoma shook her head. "You don't understand." But she understood. For each night, Obinna's presence grew stronger. His shadow sharpened, his voice clearer. Once, she felt his finger brushed hers, cold but trembling with longing and affection. She wanted him, against sense, against reason, against fear. She wanted him. And that desire woke something in the walls of flat 9B. The light flickered more often. The chair dragged itself closer. At night, the humming turned into full songs, sad melodies that made even the walls weep. And one stormy night, Obinna stepped fully into views. He stood tall, dressed in tattered shirt he dyed in, eyes glowing faint amber. His face was handsome but carved with sorrow. Ifeoma gasped, backing away. He raised a hand. Do not fear. You asked to see me, and now, because of your heart and love, I am able to stand before you. Her lips trembled. Why me? Because love calls the dead as strongly as the living. You loved me before you knew me. And in that moment, against all logic, Ifeoma stepped into his arms. They were cold, yes, but also tender. Their love became a secret fire, hidden from neighbors, nurtured in shadows. At night, they sat together. He told her stories of his childhood memory in the East, of dreams unfulfilled. She told him of Lagos struggles, of chasing a future. They laughed, they cried, they kissed each other affectionately, her lips warm like his mist. But every folktale warns, love between words demand sacrifice. Soon, Ifeoma's health began to fade. She woke up tired, her skin pale. At work, she drifted into daydreams, hearing Obinna's song echoing in her head. Her friend Adeze noticed. Girl, you look like shadow. Wetin dey do you? I'm fine. Ifeoma insisted, but she wasn't. Obinna's love was pulling her closer to his word. One night, she asked him, Am I dying? He looked away. Love is a bridge. To love it, one must leave something behind. Tears filled her eyes. Then I will not let go. He held her tightly. I do not want to take your life, but the flat demands it. This place is cursed. Whoever loved me here must pay. And so the battle began, between a woman's stubborn heart and the hunger of a restless flat. Strange things spread through Kampala Heights. Babies cries all night. Light bulb burst. A cat was found dead outside 9B, eyes wide with terror. The neighbors gathered. Madam Folaka speak worst. We must drive out the spirit before it takes the girl. But when they brought a pastor to pray, the door of 9B would not open. Chains rattled. The pastor fled. Only Ifeoma could open it, and then she stood before them. She looked different, eyes dark, lips smiling faintly. Leave us, she said. This is my home. My love lives here. The neighbors recoiled. Whispers grew. She is possessed. She has married the ghost. But Ifeoma felt no shame. She had chosen her love. It was Obinna who warned her. The flat grew jealousy. It will not let you go. If you stay, you will die. If you leave, you will lose me. Ifeoma's heart tore. Could she abandon him? Could she live knowing she had touched love deeper than flesh? That night, the storm returned. Rain hammered the roof. Wind hollowed through broken windows. The flat shook. Obinna held her face. Ifeoma, you must choose. And with tears, she whispers, Then take me with you. The flat roared. The light shattered. Neighbors screamed as 9B glowed with a strange fire. And by morning, the flat was silent. Inside, they found the chair, empty, the mattress, cold. Ifeoma was gone. Obinna too. To this day, tenants of Kampala Heights avoid flat 9B. Some say on stormy nights you can hear two voices singing together, a man and a woman, their harmony rising above the thunder. That is Obinna and Ifeoma. Their love was stronger than words, stronger than death. And the moral is love is powerful, but power always demands a price. When we love blindly, we must be ready to walk through shadows. So, if you've ever seen a flat with whispers in its world, ask yourself, are you ready to pay the price of love? Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.